Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to rearrange equations, specifically using something that I call the triangle method. So we're going to start by using this equation v equals d over t. Remember, this could stand for speed equals distance over time, or it could also stand for velocity equals displacement over time. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put this into a triangle. The rule is that whatever's on top of the fraction, or whatever's in the numerator, goes on the top of the triangle. And then you just kind of fill in the other two variables as basically just the way it looks in the equation. V is more towards the left, so it goes on the left side. T is more towards the right, so it goes over here. This method can be used for any equation that has this same format. So you could use it for A equals V over T, R equals V over I, F equals 1 over T. So any of these equations that follow the same format, this whole video could apply to, but I'm going to just focus on V equals D over T. So how do we use this? This is supposed to help us rearrange the equation when we're solving for certain variables. If we're solving for V, it's kind of easy, but I'll start with that one. If I'm solving for V, what we do is we cover up V in the triangle. So once I cover it up, I look at what's left. I'm left with D and T, but you have to notice that D is above T. So what that means is V is equal to D over T, or D divided by T. So the placement is important. If I was solving for D, I would cover up D on the triangle. And then I would be left with V and T. Since they're right next to each other, that means that we multiply them together. So D is equal to V times T. Lastly, if I was trying to solve for T, I would cover up T in the triangle right here, and I'm left with D over V. So T is equal to D divided by V. So that's a quick way to rearrange a simple equation into three possibilities. So no matter what variable you're solving for, you kind of know what equation that you can use where that variable is already isolated. So let's take a look at question 1. A pitcher throws a baseball from the pitcher's mound to home plate in 0.46 seconds. The distance is 18.4 meters. What was the average speed of the baseball? So I am being asked to solve for average speed, which I know is V for the variable. So I'm going to pick the first equation, V equals D over T. For question 2, it says Cassie walks to her friend's house with an average speed of 1.4 meters per second. The distance between the houses is 205 meters. How long did the trip take her? When they ask me how long something took, that means I'm solving for time. So I would use this equation because time is already isolated, and I'll just have to take distance and divide by speed. For question 3, it says light travels at a speed of 3.0 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. How far can it travel in 60 seconds? When we say how far, that means we're being asked to solve for distance. So I would pick this equation because distance is already isolated. Distance equals speed times time, so I would just have to multiply these two numbers.